Hi, everyone. It's Jeff Fisher of High School Football America as we continue our tour across America and saluting the 32 finalists for the Don Shula Award, the High School Coach of the Year Award, the very prestigious award named after the legendary coach. And today we're in Las Vegas in Nevada. And we're talking with the guy on the other side of the box here, Chris Sawyers. He is the head coach at Sunrise Mountain, and he is the Raiders Coach of the Year. Thanks for taking some time with us today, Coach.
Awesome to be here. I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about your program as I got ready for this interview here, and everybody thinks of Vegas and all the glitz and glamour, and it certainly has that. But I understand you're on the east side of the town, and that's a little different. It's not the Bishop Gorman side of town, I guess is the best way to put it there. Let's educate the listeners here a little bit about your school. You know, put on that kind of the ambassador hat, if you will, and tell us a little bit about the school, where it's located, and then we'll get into some real football.
Okay. The east side of Las Vegas is like many parts of many cities. It's probably a very low income portion of the city. We have probably the lowest income school population at our school of any school in the state of Nevada. A little bit about us. It's an amazing school. I want you to, just because we live where we live doesn't mean it's not an amazing place. At one point, this school was graduating people at about 36% rate. And then currently we're graduating kids at about 92%. So we've made some amazing, amazing progress here. So, like a lot of places, a lot of good people came in and just did whatever they could to try to help us out, for sure.
Tell me a little bit about your time there. I know this is your second stint. You moved away for a little bit there.
I did.
Tell me a little bit about what is the foundation to your football program. You know, what are you, a defense guy, offense guy? What do you hang your hat on every year?
Well, in college, I played football and I played defense, and so I would probably say that I'm a defensive guy. But I'll be honest with you, coaching that offense is a lot of fun. So I've done kind of all of it in my 24 years as coaching. But I would say if I had to hang my hat on any one side, it would be defensively.
Okay, let's and on your second time back, I guess the program had struggled during your time away. I think I read you won 3 games in 2 years. I think that was what the number was. And then this year you get to go to Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders, and play for the 4A championship. That's a pretty darn good turnaround in a couple of years. What'd you do?
Well, I appreciate you. It wasn't just me. I had a whole amazing staff and group of people here on campus. But basically, what we did was we came in and we made sure that the kids understood that we loved them and that we were going to be here for them, and there was going to be some consistency. And then we held them to a high standard, and we didn't allow them to. We taught them some resilience, and we taught them to work through hard times. And basically, when the chips are down, to give your best rather than your worst. And so over the last couple of years, we've had a remarkable turnaround. Like you said, this is my second stint. Both times we were able to get it going and be successful. But for some reason, when I left this place, it fell right back in the dumps. And so I will say this. Sometimes I feel like there's a place for someone, and for whatever reason, this feels like a home for me. It's been an amazing place for me. So sometimes it's just the right fit. When I left, I didn't enjoy my job like I enjoyed my job here, and so that's why I came back.
No, well, that's, the kids are lucky to have you. I did read an interview, I think in the Sun there before the championship game. And you said, you're really not the guy that normally is in that neighborhood. And before we started rolling tape here, I shared about our story, my wife and I, and going into some parts of Chicago that don't expect people like me to be in and all that to help homeless there. Tell me a little bit about what that means when you say you're not the typical guy in the East Las Vegas neighborhood there.
Well, our school demographics are about 75% Hispanic. The rest are Black or multi-race. There's probably about 2% white people on our campus. So I stick out like a sore thumb walking around here, but I'll be honest, it's been a really, really super positive, amazing experience. It's been something that, I never knew that I was cut out for this, but when it was dropped in my lap, it just seemed like a right fit.
What do you think it is about your personality, your coaching style that is resonating with the young men in your program?
Um, I think that everybody wants to win. And in a neighborhood like ours, where there's a lot of losses, they take a lot of L's in this neighborhood. anytime you can provide an opportunity to win, small opportunities that lead to big opportunities. I'm always pushing the process. Kind of learned that from the Nick Saban tree, but we push the process, but we celebrate wins within the process. So we celebrate little wins that lead to big wins. And we don't talk about wins. We just talk about the grind that it takes to get there. I'll be honest, I believe that breaking that down for the kids has really allowed them to be successful.
Let's talk about getting to Allegiant Stadium. You were actually there twice within about a month's period. The first time was when you were surprised by the Raiders and named the coach of the year after a great coach. We talked about Shula earlier, but Tom Flores, another Hall of Fame
Yeah.
coach, is who the Raiders named their coach of the week and year after. And I was just curious if you could spell out for the people how that went, because I hear it was a big surprise. It was, you thought you were going there for something different, and then you end up in being the coach of the year and then doing an interview with me.
Well, I will say this. I've been a coach here when the Raiders weren't in town, and now that they are in town, it is a blessing. They are doing some amazing stuff here in this community. They were hosting our end of the year rewards, the all league meetings at Raider Stadium. They've been hosting all our meetings at the Raider Stadium, and so we were already going there. But I had no idea that they had made arrangements to send my entire team, my family, our administration, and everybody there to surprise me with the Coach of the Year award. And I'll be honest, looking back on it now that I know that I was getting the award, there were some signs, but I was oblivious. And when it was an amazing accomplishment by the kids and everybody around, because they knew for quite a while before I got the award.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. There was a lot of smiling going around, not only on your face, but the kids as well. You sort of touched on it a little bit. And with the Raiders obviously being new to Vegas and all that, all of the NFL teams are really reaching down into the roots. All 32 teams have the Coach of the Week award and all that. Could you expand upon that a little bit about, what you feel the Raiders do for the sport of football by reaching down to programs like yourself and all across the state of Nevada?
Well, one of the things that I think that is amazing is that they've allocated a staff for youth sports, including high school sports, and they're very accessible. And they put on events throughout the year. They have camps all summer long. They have things that are free for kids like my kids, who, if it costs money, it probably isn't going to happen. But they've provided many different opportunities for our guys to get in front of professional athletes, professional coaches, and more than that, they've been an incredible ambassador of the game. They basically have showed our kids, or given access to our kids, to see those incredible buildings and those incredible things that football has made. And so it's been an incredible. I've just been really, really pleased with the outpouring of support that they've got for our community.
Yeah, and I had a chance to meet now the new head coach, was the interim, now the new head coach, Antonio Pierce, when I was in Southern California, when he was a high school football coach, the head coach
Right.
at Long Beach Poly. So who knows? Coach Sawyers may be, on the Raiders staff one day. You never know.
Who knows? Who knows?
You
Yeah,
never
that
know.
would be a blessing.
So that came before the state championship run. Any thoughts to whether getting the kids into the stadium there like that got them a little extra pumped for a return visit there in November?
I think there's no doubt that being able to get in there and see those things and how amazing that facility is played a big role in our opportunity in the playoffs and to get back to there. They really, really wanted to get back.
That's just congratulations on such a wonderful year. Congratulations on the award. And this is my favorite question, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's the same question. Chris Sawyers, Don Shula. In your wildest dreams, do you ever think that Chris Sawyers would be in the same sentence with Don Shula?
I did not. I told everybody, this is a job that you get very little love. There's a lot of heartache. There's very little love. I felt more love in the last 3 months than I have probably my entire career. I've been doing this for 24 years. We don't do it for the love because we feel it with the wins with the kids and the community every day. But it's been an amazing year. I feel very blessed.
And just overall, what you got the big surprise and all that, but now that you've had a little bit of time to reflect on it, what does the award itself mean to you?
Um, to be honest with you, my wife was there and my family were there. I spent a lot of time away from my family to do this because I love this and they know that. And it's a blessing to be able to share that with them and have them see my passions. And my wife calls it my, I say it's my job, and she says it's my hobby. So to show her that we're pretty decent at what we're doing, and that when I'm away from her, that I'm not just wasting time. It's been amazing. So as far as for me, I think it's been, I've been at this for 24 years. It's an amazing culmination of where I started to where we are now, and it lets us know that we're on the right track. We're doing the right things. So we're blessing kids and changing lives, and that's what we're into.
Yeah, and I love that stat you had there earlier about the education side of it. It seems like the student athlete, that student and student athlete, is really being played out there. So, congratulations on an outstanding year. Congratulations on the award, and best of luck when it comes time to name the two winners this year, coming
Yeah,
up in just a little bit.
when that's supposed to be.
I'm not allowed to tell that. That's above my pay grade.
Okay, I hear you. Well, I'd like to know.
Well, anyway, Coach, thanks. I appreciate your time
I
today.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the time.